this is the final episode of the main playthrough of Elden Ring. I'm going to do other stuff to finish getting the finish getting all the weapons, finish getting the bosses, and then there's the legendary ashes I need to get. But like the last two bosses I need to beat, Melania and that two-headed dragon, I'm not going to be able to beat them anytime soon. I'm just going to have to grind level up, maybe get lucky at the dragon. I don't know. I'm probably going to end up switching to the Rivers of Blood build because that seems to be really effective against Melania with the Mimic. So try that. I don't know, but I'm not going to report it. It's not going to be on this playthrough. But this last chapter is me trying to beat the Elden Beast, and at points, the first part is we struggle against what's your name, Radagon, I think it is, and the difficulty scale in this game really upticked at the end of this game. Once you got into the dungeons underneath Lindell Capital, I felt like that was a lot harder than anything I had done up to that point. And then once I got the Forbidden Lands weren't that difficult for me. I mean, that was nothing really in there. But once you start doing stuff inside the Consecrated Snowfield, it just was badass. And then it just really, really got brutal. And for me, stuff like that isn't fun. Because my fingers don't twitch like they should to do stuff like that, so that's why I've never played Elden Ring. Well, I've never played Dark Souls or Bloodborne. I've played them a little bit, but I don't know. Maybe I could do Bloodborne, and that's because that looks not necessarily easier, but I think the bosses are more recognizable. But my playstyle is just not suited to that. So here's what we're going to have. This is going to be the first part of me trying to take on Radagon. I think that's the name I probably screwed it up. Which is, whatever. Finally beating him, just getting smoked by the beast. So, I hope you enjoy this part. Watch me die. The death counter's not going to be added anymore. I think I'm at 374. For just the giggles, I'll count it, try to count them when I'm in there. But we're going to say at least another 50 deaths. We'll say 425, just to make it a nice number. But also, it took me, I think, almost 6 hours to beat this boss. And I deleted the 3 hours of the video anyway, because I'm like, I'm not going to sit here and try to hit it through that. But the same thing with me dying and dying and dying and dying and dying. So, this is the first part is me just trying to beat it with my the old armor I was wearing, which was General Radagon's armor. Same build that I had changed to, which was kind of a faith magic mixed hybrid build, so I can use sword of flame really well. That I can switch to like seals. Yeah, I even took off a lot of my faith attacks to stop my mimic at one point from using those. Try to get him to heal more with that. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this first part. So here we go. Prepare to watch me die. Lots and lots and lots and lots and lots. Okay. Make it through that storm barrier. But I also realized something. We got to equip that medallion. I'm pretty sure I'm wearing the first one. So let me go do that. Put that put on it. So let's go do this. Whew. I don't know how people speedrun it when you have to beat certain bosses. You get to do 2. You have to get 2 rooms just to get into the capital. You have to beat I remember. When you get here, you have to beat the Omen King, Marga again. Then you'd have to go and do. Once you do that, you have to leave. You have to go through and do the Fire Giant. And there's just, I don't know how people do that. this segment is when I switched to Black Knight Quiche. Tried to use it, which actually she really helped with the Radagon fight. And I thought she was going to help me with the Elden Beast fight because the first couple times went really well, but then my bad gameplay got the better of me and it really screwed that up. So the next segment of this is me trying that, changing out my armor, changing weapons, changing spells. Basically just, you know, trying anything I can to beat this final boss. Anything at all. And I just could not get, I struggled with the pattern of some of the attacks with the boss. I'd run too far away or not far away enough I get caught in those rings, or I'd be running from something, I'd turn around and I'd be walking into the force sword swipe wave attack that, you know, if I missed the first one, it just screwed up my timing for the whole thing and I just couldn't do it. It was aggravating, frustrating, just because, you know, I know what was going on, I knew what it was doing, but I couldn't do anything to stop it. Super aggravating, frustrating. So, that being said, that's what this next few thousand deaths are going to be watching. Like I said, I cut out a lot of them. I just edited some of them. Some of them probably be sped up to make it, you know, high-speed comedy hijinks. But yeah, that's what we got going on in this part of Druidic Monk versus the Elden Beast, part 5 billion. Come on. I'm stupid shit. Fuck you. Alright, Quiche, show me what you can do against it. gonna have to pay attention. That's where I'm gonna stop, take a break before I get too pissed off. Alright, thanks for watching. I'll call you back and maybe when I come back I'll kill her in my finale episode. We'll see. Thanks, guys. Alright. You can tell I changed my armor. I went with the 3-Night Sentinel because it had more holy damage negation. Changed my talismans. I'll try this. I also upgraded several different engines just because what happened. I'm trying to mimic a few times and all sorts of like I did. I'm also going to try gang tactics like the Mausoleum Knights. They're supposed to be pretty good, so we'll see how if they can stand up to this piece of crap. Oh, that's bullshit. Oh, you kidding me? Not fair. Oh, shit. Oh, come the fuck off with that bullshit. Kill yourself. Alright. At this point, I'm getting frustrated. I'm willing to try anything, so I turn on multiplayer. Which I never do. And then, the descriptions on the different items, the finger, pearl, crawling, dude, floppy, and all that stuff, they don't really tell you what it is. So the first time I did it, I ended up getting summoned. I'm like, oh great, somebody's gonna expect me to be good. And got destroyed. I'm like, dude, that was wrong. Then I figured out the right thing to do. And I see the summon signals, I started summoning people. That was a struggle. But I kept that. I figured that by that point, that was the only way I was going to beat Gunring is by getting somebody to come in who was better than me, which should have been anybody, and just destroy the boss. So this next collage of scenes is me struggling with other people trying to help. They're trying to help me, people last long. So yeah, let's see how this goes. by this point, I'm getting super frustrated. Probably getting madder at the people helping me than I should have, if I'm being honest. But you know, some of them, I guess, fashion-born style souls, where you want your armor to look good, you want your character to just look cool, and that's a real thing because there are a lot of people who look really cool, but they went and just tried to straight up either just straight up attack Redagon, went up and tried to wail on the beach, which is my tactic actually. If I could stay close to the back, that would work. But that didn't. So that didn't work. Finally, I was, like trying to say, okay, I haven't summoned that. I haven't summoned that guy. And then finally, there was one guy popped up, nameless hero. I'm like, really? Man? I'm like, well, there's nobody else. Maybe I'll get to summon him. Maybe we'll already been summoned. I summoned him. Wasn't sure. I felt like a little bit at the beginning, it was a little touch and go and got hit. Maybe more than we should have against Redagon, but once we got the Elden Beast, that's what he knew how to do that part. I don't think he got hit once. He managed to pop off a heal and heal him up and full to save him one of his flasks. His second phase, and then yeah, I stayed way the fuck back. Shot him with Loretta's super duper multi-arrow bow thing, and he stayed right up on him and dodged all the attacks. Like I said, I don't think he got hit by anything. I was able to stay out of range of all of his attacks and never get any protection. He beat him, thankfully. So the first my ending is now, you'll see which one I pick. You should know which one I'm going for if you watch. But yeah, that's it. This is me. I'm happy. So, enjoy this last fight. Good.
The battle is over, I see.
Stop! I don't want to play. Come here.
I do solemnly swear to every living being and every living soul. Now cometh the age of the stars.
Come on.
A 1,000-year voyage under the wisdom
Come
of
on.
the moon. Here beginneth the chill night that encompasses all, reaching the great beyond. Into fear, doubt, and loneliness, as the path stretcheth into darkness. Well then, shall we? My fair consort eternal.
Get away! Be my review of Elden. I've basically been playing it not since launch, but I've got, I think, my first paycheck after launch, which I get paid every 2 weeks. So, like a week or 2 weeks after launch, I got Elden Ring and started playing. I've recorded every session, but everything I've done has been recorded and it's been is on YouTube. You can laugh and make fun. It starts off really well. I actually enjoyed the game, but it doesn't do some things that maybe more Souls and Born fans, Dark Souls and Soul. Dark Born? No. Anyway, the Dark Souls, Bloodborne. There we go. The Dark Souls and the Bloodborne games do. Like, I had no idea how to change my gear. You know, I was going through inventory. I completely missed the equipment out. Completely missed it. It's my fault. So I didn't like the weapon I shot off with what I picked, the build I was trying for, which I ended up not using at all because I just didn't enjoy it. But I couldn't figure out how to change my sword. And so I wanted more than anything to get rid of the spear and change it to my sword. Once I got that, I started doing better. And once I got Ash of War, though, like, which I really enjoyed the Sacred Blade Ash of War, especially in early game. I think that is actually an underrated one that does really good damage. Especially when you run into the skeleton first time, when it just kills them and keeps them down, they don't respawn. That's huge. And it was really big against especially the first King of America. So you have that going on. But yeah, this was, you know, the difficulty curve for newbies was kind of rough at the beginning. Once you got that, it still was hard. There were parts where I struggled going there. And then I went off and I did, you know, there's a spot you can run past. You can cheese the Black Knight Cavalry, and you get to start with a boulder. You can time run, you just have it drop off the cliff, and it will give you 2,000 XP. If you do it at night, every once in a while you get one that's like 20,000 runes. And you can level up early game really easily with that, which allows you then to work on the next step to do the power 11 of the white face mask thing. We had to go through the Palace, Moog's Palace area, that secret hidden area. We do that quest line. And I would honestly recommend, instead of going, like a lot of people going up to that one church area where there's already dead and you just talk to her and get it, that Temple of Madness thing and that one NPC invader can be really brutal if you're not skilled to get past. So I actually had an easier time going to the 4 belfries and going back to the starting area, beating the first boss, and then there's also a den maiden in there, plus a couple other key items you need for a couple other characters, for another character's questline, and supposedly a really good Ash of War. So that's what I did, and once I got up to like the level, I don't know, 120, 130, obviously the game became a lot easier for me. But that might have hurt me some too, because my problem is I'm not good. So I struggled with the combat mechanics and avoiding things, but I was able to power through. There were some areas that were tough that I figured out, like hitting the scarab. That was a fun area. But for the most part, the game was pretty easy until the Forsaken Shunning Grounds underneath the capital, and then Concentrated Snowfields and that other Snowblind. The difficulty curve just ramped up and just was brutal, especially some of the dungeons in that area. When we started putting tons of like what were normally bosses in there as just regular mobs, I feel like they had more hit points than the bosses you fought earlier on. Kind of some BS, but persevered, got through that. On the whole, I really enjoyed Elden Ring. I thought the story was good. I thought game design was good. I love, even as difficult as they were, the dungeon design, especially the city areas like Callow Tree, Lendell Capital, the first one, Stormhaven, I think it was. I don't remember now. Stormview. I love those castle designs and those dungeon designs. Because, man, you can get lost trying to figure out where to go, what you're doing. Crumbling Prayer Missoula was amazing, too. I love that. And, like, the boss fights there, well, they weren't that bad, actually. But yeah, I really enjoyed the game, which, you know, I liked watching people play when it first came out. But I didn't watch a lot of the end stuff, but I kind of wanted to be surprised. So there were a lot of things I didn't know that were going to happen. I knew from watching which ending I kind of wanted to get, which character I liked and wanted to help. So I did that ending, you'll see that, you saw that. But yeah, I just thought the story, I thought the characters were great. I thought the fact that this world is dying, you can tell this world is dying. Everybody you come across, it just doesn't go well for them. I feel like everybody you try to help basically ends up dead, which is, you know, not good, but I feel bad for the guy. Yeah, there were a few NPC quests I didn't quite get. I might, if I ever do a new game plus, I'll work on the ones that I missed. But yeah, so I definitely recommend playing it. You just have to persevere and be patient, and don't be afraid to look up where to do, you know, easy room farms. I don't mess with the glitches because that's just a pain in the ass. You have to run along the air and hop off, hop on, hop off your horse to try to get to this thing where you can glitch off the map and you just fall forever and you swing your sword and you're hitting everything in the map. You know, that's just that's. I think that's worse than just farming ruins, because that's part of any game. Like a Final Fantasy game, you farm the XP to level up so you can progress, because those have big difficulty spikes to jump up to. But yeah, I thought that was fun. Don't be afraid to look for ways to cheese bosses. Some of these bosses are ridiculous, and if you can find a way to cheese them by all means. Don't feel bad, because this game doesn't feel bad for you being locked down and rolling the wrong way, and you meant to roll right and you said you roll left and roll right off the edge of the cliff and you die. So don't feel bad for any of that. Like I said, I definitely recommend this game. I'm looking forward to DLC if it comes out, which supposedly it is, and if they make a sequel, well, like this, I think this style of Dark Souls type game, the open world concept where I can just explore and go other places to kind of level up and help me with bosses later on, is huge. So, and I know people like, oh, the summon system for your ashes is pain and blah blah blah. I like that. I like playing around with some of it. But you know, there's a few that I missed, and the hell trigger. I'm gonna have to go back. Man, I'm gonna have to get like a billion health just to survive the one guy just throwing the shit at me, so I can get past them. But yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. I really appreciate you guys watching the series, all the likes, comments, all that kind of stuff. Take care, and I guess the next series is going to be Saints Row. So, hope you guys watch that, because I'm looking forward to that game. Thanks for watching. Take care. Love you guys. Hope to see you soon.